All right, Miami, you got punched in the mouth last weekend. How are you going to respond? There it is. Football is back, baby. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Playbook Sports Podcast. This is Nate coming back at you guys with another Miami Dolphins preview. This week, this Sunday at noon Central Time, Miami Dolphins will be hosting the New York Giants. Miami, 3-1 on the season, coming off of an ugly loss to the Buffalo Bills. No way to explain it. If you want to know my thoughts on that game, go watch the video I put out. I don't want to talk about it any more than I have to. New York Giants, 1-3 on the season, coming off of an ugly loss versus Seattle, where they scored 3 points at home. They've played 2 home games, and they have scored 3 points. That is tough. Fun little fact for you, the Giants this season, 1-0 against teams that did not make the playoffs in 2022, 0-3 versus former playoff teams. Fortunately, Miami's a former playoff team, so let's see that streak continue. Before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to give a special shout out to today's sponsors, starting with Goldfine & Bowles, Lawyers for the Injured. Personal injury, workers' compensation, those are their 2 things, but any sort of legal advice, they're the people to call. Give them a phone call, 309-673-5144. Tell them we sent you, okay? And I'd also like to shout out SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video as well. Use promo code PlaybookSports on their website to get $20 off your first purchase of $30 or more. Let's get back to the video. Let's jump right into the injuries for this week. Injury report. Miami, Tron Armstead to the IR. That sucks, man. He is so talented. Just can't stay healthy. We knew it when you signed him. You knew it when you signed him that you'd be happy to get 13, maybe 14 games out of him a year. It's just how it goes. And although I don't blame him for this one because Liam Eichenberg is the one who got destroyed on the rep and is the reason why somebody fell on the back of Tron Armstead's leg, it still sucks because he was already hurt. He's played like a game and a quarter. He's only played like a total of 1 game because he played 3 quarters against Denver and got yanked because we were blowing them out. And then against the Bills, he got hurt in the second quarter. So he's played about a full game's worth of time. So he is obviously going to miss the next 4 games. Kendall Lamm filled in very well for him in the first 2 games of the year, so I'm hoping to see that happen again. 2 other big players for the Dolphins that are questionable, Jalen Phillips and Connor Williams, both fighting their own injuries. I'm hoping so badly if I can pick one of these guys to play, it's obviously Connor Williams. We cannot be taken seriously with Liam Eichenberg at center. We just can't. We just can't. I mean, I don't know what they're saying for them to come out and say, oh, you know what, I was super excited about it. He looked good. No, he did not. I don't know what game you were watching. His snaps are too slow. It throws off the entire timing of the fucking offense, man. Stop it. He's not a center. Quit trying to make Liam Eichenberg work. Greer, McDaniel, guys, the pick missed. You missed. It's okay. Figure something else out. He's not a center. I don't want to see him on the field for us anymore. Please. Connor Williams, we need you. If you have to tie down Mike McDaniel so you can get out on the field and then have someone cut him loose so he can come coach for us, fine. Do what you got to do. I don't care. We need him bad. For the New York Giants, they are just as beat up as we are, man. Already ruled out Andrew Thomas, starting left tackle, all-pro left tackle last year. Missed his 4th game of the year. John Michael Schmitz, their rookie center, and then Shane Lemieux, their starting left guard. All 3 of them have already been ruled out for this game. That is a huge blow to their offensive line, and they got sacked. I think Daniel Jones was sacked, 11 times on Sunday Night Football? Or Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football, I mean, he got destroyed. And then they're also, Saquon Barkley is questionable. He's not confirmed to play, not confirmed to play. It's kind of tricky. We'll see if he's out there on Sunday. He makes a big difference for them. I know it's just a running back, but he is proving to be worth every single dollar you can give him. They obviously messed up paying Daniel Jones before paying Saquon Barkley because Saquon's the key to that entire offense. If he's not out there, man, they just look lost. Hopefully he doesn't play. But then I hope for health, obviously. We always hope for health. You don't want to root for injuries. He's already hurt, so I'm not rooting for an injury. I would just like him maybe take 1 more week off. Would be great. Let's talk about X factors. And you guys might not like this one, but this is the X factor for the whole game. For both of these teams, offense and defense, it's the lines. It's the offensive line for both teams, and it's the defensive line for both teams. If the Dolphins' offensive line looks like they did for the first 3 weeks, we will have no problem scoring points on these guys. No problem at all. Cowboys put up 40. Niners put up 30. Seahawks just hung, 24, 27 on them with relative ease, with Drew Lock getting some playing time in there too. Like, they have dominated. They have been dominated. And if the Giants' offensive line can't block for Daniel Jones. If he gets sacked 11 times, you can't win if you get sacked 11 times. You just can't. So offensive line's key. If we're 3-0 in games where the first 3 games, Tua was sacked once. This against the Bills, he was sacked 4 times, and they only had to rush 4, which means you can drop 7. Good luck, any quarterback playing against a defense that can drop 7 guys every time and still get pressure on you within a few seconds. You're not going to win football games that way. We have to block, and I'll talk more about that when I get to keys to victory. On the defensive side, it's got to be the defensive lines for both these teams. The Giants have a good front. They have good players up front. Dexter Lawrence, oh my God, if he goes up against Liam Eichenberg, it's over. We will lose. If Liam Eichenberg is at center and Dexter Lawrence lines up over him, he will pick Liam up and throw him out of the damn stadium. Connor, please play. Oh my God, I can give you whatever you need, dude. Groin muscle, I got extra. I'll give you some. You can have it. I don't care. We need Connor Williams because their defense, and then Kayvon Thibodeau started to look good. Azeez Ojulari is solid. Like, they've got a good defensive line. Their corners are getting cooked. If they can get home, we'll have trouble moving the ball against them. You have to get home they have to get home and we have to get home. So obviously we don't want them to get home. But if we can get home, we'll be in business. He got sacked 11 times last week. They haven't scored a touchdown, or I don't know if they've even scored any points in the first quarter of the NFL season so far. Like, they don't score early. We have to get home, start getting pressure on them, and whichever team is getting the push wins this game, straight up. Whoever's offensive line is getting more of a surge, their offense is going to move and the other one won't. Whoever's defensive line is getting home, their team's going to win and the other team isn't. It's as easy as that. Let's talk about the 5 keys to a Miami Dolphins victory. Number 1, come out angry / start fast. You just got embarrassed. Every CBS, everybody wanted your game. They wanted to watch the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. And for the first quarter, it was living up to it. Both teams go down and score touchdowns on their first possessions, and then we faltered and they didn't. We offensively didn't put up the points we need to put up. They were getting home. Our offensive line was absolutely bullied all day. And on defense, 48 points is unacceptable. I don't care who you're playing. 48 points and a perfect passer rating to Josh Allen is unacceptable. You have to come out and smack the Giants in the mouth this week. You absolutely have to start fast. If you get up to a 10-0, 14-0 lead after a few possessions, then you let the defensive line pin their ears back and just start hunting Daniel Jones, and you've got the game in hand. Key number 2, keep Tua upright. Self-explanatory. This will be a key every single week, man. Like I said, 1 sack throughout the whole first 3 games as opposed to 4 against Buffalo. Look at the difference in outcomes. Pretty stark. You have to keep him upright. We need to get him through his reads. He's very good at reading, anticipating. He's a good quarterback. I don't care who you are, what you think. Tua is a good quarterback, but no quarterback is going to succeed underneath constant duress. Keep him upright. Protect him. Number 3, on the opposite side, get home, defensive line. Bradley Chubb, earn your money. We paid you a ton of money, and you have been nearly a non-factor against any sort of competent offensive lineman. Fortunately for us, the Giants don't have a whole lot of those floating around right now. They're going to be starting 3 backups. So get home. Christian Wilkins, earn your money. Jalen Phillips, earn your money. Zach Sealer, you just got paid. Earn your money. Get home against Daniel Jones. He got sacked 11 times by the Seattle Seahawks, who do not have a good defensive front. We should have a way better defensive front than Seattle, and they just got 11 sacks. If we don't get at least 5 sacks this game, that's a disappointment. At the end of the day, it's a disappointment on our defensive line. And Bradley Chubb, I'm starting to think maybe we should have traded for Roquan Smith instead of traded for you. Just going to throw that out there. Do with that information what you will. Figure it out, man. We need you to get home and be a premier pass rusher that you're being paid to be. Number 4, please, can we get Jalen Waddle just a little bit more involved in the offense? I know he is on pace for over 1,000 yards for the 3rd straight season. He's averaging 70 yards a game. That's great. Hasn't scored a touchdown yet. I would love to see a Waddle this weekend. Let me get 2 Waddles in the end zone, man. That would fire me up to see him getting in the end zone, because if he is being taken out of these games, all the pressure is then going on to Tyreek Hill and everyone else in this offense. If people have to worry about our 2 Ferraris out there, they're in trouble, because then they're having to drop 4 to cover 2, and we're able to run the ball better that way. So we need Jalen Waddle to be more involved. Let's get him the damn ball, man. He's too explosive to not get the ball 7 times a game. Him and Tyreek Hill should both see at least 7 to 8 targets a game for both of them, unless we're running it down their throat. Then just keep doing that. And in the spirit of that, key number 5, as it is every single week, run the damn ball, McDaniel. Quit going away from it. It was working last week. We were running the ball right down their throat, and then I don't know if we thought, we got to keep pace. Tua's got to just keep throwing. Nope. They were rushing 4 and getting home, no problem. You run the ball there, and you have a better shot. Devon Achane is averaging on the season 11.4 yards a carry. That's insane, and he's done it in the 2 games he's played in. And he's got 6 touchdowns, man. He's really only played in 2 games. He's got 309 rushing yards and 6 total touchdowns, 2 of them receiving. Like, please run the ball. Keep their pass rush off of us. Make them hesitate, and then hit them with some play action. It feels so simple, and we just constantly find ourselves going away from the run game. McDaniel did it a lot last year. He even said it after this game. I think I went away from the run too soon. Yeah, you sure shit did, buddy. Run the ball. And Devon Achane should be getting the bell cow touches over Raheem Mostert, in my opinion. Raheem's got a spot on this team and should still see touches, but it's got to be the Devon Achane show, man. He is unbelievably electric. Get the run game going. Keep the pressure off the pass game by running the football. Those are my 5 keys to a Miami Dolphins victory. Now let's talk score prediction. First and foremost, I want to say I hate that we're 12.5-point favorites because it's lose-lose, right? Okay, you blow out a team. Big deal. You're supposed to do that. You win close. Oh, wow, you barely beat the Giants. They stink. And God forbid you lose as a 12.5-point favorite. Forget it. Just, nope. Oh, my God, don't turn on a television all week because it's going to get ugly. This is a game the Miami Dolphins should win. You look at the talent on each of these rosters, Dolphins are better. And just how the seasons have gone, I mean, one's 3-1, one's 1-3. We have played against 3 playoff teams, and we're 2-1. They have played against 3 playoff teams, and they are 0-3. We need to be 3-1 against playoff teams, and them 0-4 after this week. This is a must-win game for us. It just is. You can't lose to the Giants. You just can't after what they did on Monday. You absolutely can't. My score prediction. Miami Dolphins are not going to cover the 12.5, but they're going to win this game. I've got Miami winning 31-20, moving to 4-1 on the season. Please go get this. Let's move to 4-1 for the first time since I think it was 2000, either 2000 or 2003. I want to say it was 2000. That would feel really good. All right, we've done this twice in the last few years where we started 3-0 and then we came crashing back down. Please don't crash back down. I don't want that. Let's win this game and then let's start preparing for Carolina. Come on. Let's do this, Dolphins. Fins up, baby. Let me know what you guys agree with, what you guys think the final score of this game is going to be. Comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one.